2 more days to Kennedy Meadows. Less than 30 miles. I just realized that I hadn't done much videoing between Walker Pass and here. I just totally spaced it. One of the things about a vlog is when you're working and not really feeling it, you just don't think about doing video. But anyway, pretty soon we'll be out of the desert, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do from there. Right now, it looks like flipping to Dunsmuir and going south might be the best option, because there's still a lot of avalanche issues in the Sierras. But right now, I got to get up this 1,800-foot climb. We found this nice big meadow up here that we're going to camp in tonight. But you know what's really cool is there's obsidian everywhere. Check that out. I did not expect to see obsidian in the Sierra. And it's everywhere. Pretty cool. Finally back on the trail after zeroing Kennedy Meadows. We camped over by the general store because supposedly it's the quieter place to be, and you know me, introvert and all. But I will say that Grumpy Bears is definitely the better place to eat, and that Triple Crown is definitely the better place to resupply. The general store had some food, but yeah, Triple Crown was just way better for that. Felt kind of bad for Grumpy Bears today. We were there 6 hours waiting for a package, and it was because apparently somebody called a bunch of inspectors, and they spent the morning being inspected by just about everybody they could be inspected by. They're thinking that it might be the general store, because with the general store now having the 2-Foot Adventures there, they're really competing for the same market. I don't know what to make of that, but it's something I could see happening. Anyway, I'm curious to see, supposedly there are rangers out here, and they are checking for permits and whether or not you have the proper stuff on hand to store your food for the bears. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need the bear vault right now, but you at the very least need to make sure you have the stuff to properly hang your bag. But anyway, we're on our way to the Sierras. Let's get going. We are definitely out of the desert. This place reminds me a little bit of the Kalmiopsis. It's nice, we've got a river and a lot of trees. There's still some scrub and sagebrush and all of that stuff, but definitely is a nice change from the desert. So this is pretty much adding insult to injury. Not only are the Sierras covered in snow, but they're covered in snow and on fire. Apparently about 15 miles from here there's a 500-acre wildfire that I'm hoping isn't going to close the trail. Supposedly it's 100% contained, and as long as we don't get any wind that should be okay. But it's like, really? Come on. (10,767 feet. It is gorgeous out here. Snow's actually not been that bad either. There's been a few stretches, but nothing really I'd consider treacherous. Have been enjoying the mosquitoes though. They started showing up about 2 days ago, and they're getting more and more ferocious as we go along. But I know they're gonna probably keep going until August. That's one of the reasons why I have a long sleeve shirt and pants, is because I'm fairly armored at this point. We're on our way to Trail Junction and then down into Lone Pine, and then we're gonna take several days off because I think all of us are getting pretty run down, and I think we could just all use a good break.
Beautiful sunset.
It is. Taking video of the people taking pictures of the beautiful sunset. Well, I didn't really want to flip, but after talking with people that had gone up through Kearsarge and people that were bailing before Kearsarge, I think we kind of made the right decision. It's kind of funny because it kind of feels like first day of school again. It's like it's a completely new trail, and it's not the same old grind I've been doing. So, I mean, it's really just what it is. And it's not like we're skipping the Sierras, we're gonna come back and get them done. But we really got to get the miles in, or otherwise we won't finish. I don't have time to sit around and wait for things to melt for another 3 or 4 weeks. camped on the outskirts of Lassen Park because we are not carrying our bear vaults, and that means we got to do at least a 19.4 today, and we didn't want to add more mileage to that. This is pretty cool. Didn't get to do Yosemite because we jumped the Sierras, so this is our first national park, I believe. We are now in Lassen Park. Let's go. Just another boring day on the PCT. Trying to find our way across. This looks like a possibility, but getting on is going to be probably pretty tricky. We're going to go look and see if we can find something else up there. Behold the bridge to nowhere. Morning. Didn't quite make it through Lassen last night. Wasn't for lack of trying. We just ran into about 6 miles of snow right after the sun had melted it and made it all nice and soft, and spent probably a good 6 hours just post-holing and trying to find the trail. I didn't want to camp here because we didn't have our bear vaults, but we hung our food really well and kind of camped off the trail, so we were not necessarily that visible. And we're going to be hiking out today. This is absolutely beautiful out here. I'm definitely going to be wanting to come back here in the future after our hike and maybe spend a week or two just backpacking in the backcountry. But anyway, we're going to try for another 18 or 19 today because the clock's starting to tick and we got to start making some more miles.
let's get going.